you want out of life is to like live in abundance, which is what you were given at birth. And he should be doing the same. He shouldn't have been having to work all his life to get his money and paying taxes. Yeah. And being a slave, and he still hasn't got his own house on his own land. Mm. So like, that's where you can come into it.
Well, you didn't own it, and I asked him that. I said, like I say, well, do we own his own home or land? I says, so I'm waiting for him to answer that. Well, but
the answer
is
to that question is it depends if you've registered your land.
Yeah.
On the registry?
Yeah. Well, if you haven't, own it because you don't own it if you've registered, because it says it in deeds we've got.
The only way you can own it is by not registering it.
Yeah.
Or getting it unregistered.
Yeah.
You can sell your house to your beneficiary.
I know.
Transfer the ownership to your beneficiary, and deregister it, and transfer it to your beneficiary who doesn't register it.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to look into that.
But you see how it comes off my head like that.
Yeah, but I'd have to look into that and how you'd go about doing it.
Well, just think about that. You have a person, the legal entity, what bought the house.
Yeah.
And it's registered in that legal entity's name.
Yeah.
You are the beneficiary. The legal entity is your trustee.
Yeah.
The trustee can make you benefit by selling the house to you, transferring it to you, the beneficiary.
So have I got to ask that?
Have you what?
Have I got to ask the trustee?
No, you just ask yourself this. Well, just imagine there's me, right?
But I thought we couldn't be trustee. I thought we could be only beneficiary and the executor.
But they're forcing you to be the trustee. But you're acting for them, not you, as the man.
What was that before that? You're forcing what?
I'm just thinking about this, right? You've got your person, the legal entity, has got the house registered on the land registry, yeah?
Yeah.
You know fine well that you are a man, not that piece of paper.
Yeah.
So that piece of paper is that person, that Mr. Whoever, is acting for you, but it's not to your benefit.
Yeah.
But all you're doing is getting that person to act for you in your benefit.
Yeah.
You're just making them think properly, to think, hey, that makes sense. If I'm...
So how would I go about that then?
Eh?
So how would I go about it?
Well, I've just come up with it.
Yeah, but how would I go... How would I change it from that? Deregister it?
Well, no, what you do is you just tell them that you've sold the house.
Right.
Right? And then they'd have to give you the final true bill. And then the deregister you're looking for because the new owner, who will probably go through solicitors and stuff, but you will not.
And what do you mean by final true bill?
Well, just imagine that. You know how you pay fees to the land registry?
Yeah.
What if you say you're going to sell your house now? You want to know how much is owed and how much is not owed in a bill.
Well, there's no owed.
Well, I'm just saying, no.
I know.
For all you know, you might be so month into the thing, or you might be due a refund or something or whatever. Yeah. But there will be something called the true bill, which is the end of a contract.
Right.
It's not so much what's on it; it's the fact that
I know what you mean. So the contract between
you, that entity and the land registry, that property and the entity and the land registry have not got a contract.
Right.
It's when the next person who buys the house, the solicitors contact the land registry.
Right.
You, as the beneficiary, don't contact the registry. You only have to pay on it if you register it. You don't have to. It's consensual.
Yeah, I know. Well, anything you register, that's why you don't own it. Anything you register, you're waiving your rights.
That's exactly why you don't own it.
I know that.
Like with Chris Houser in America, what them do is them buy a house, them get the title deeds. They don't register, they do not register the house. So when you sell a house, you must have to notify the house register people that you haven't got the property anymore or whatever. Or that's what the solicitors would do, yeah?
Yeah.
Which would end the contract. But you not having the solicitors, you'd have to get the final true bill yourself, acting as your own solicitor.
Yeah.
But you are the power of attorney over your man.
And probably need 2 witnesses, won't I?
No, but like that's what they do in America. It's the same with your car. If you went to the car manufacturer like Nissan, who produced a thingy off the product line, it'll have a service manufacturer service order with that that document is the paperwork for that car.
Yeah.
And it gangs together. But when it gets to the showroom, the DVLA pay the showroom to send them the MSO to them, and them send the VC5 to you. That's how you become the registered keeper. It's the same with the land registry.
No.
It's the same as baby when you register your baby.
I also asked him, right? No, I didn't ask him. I told him. I says, anyway, this is what I said to him.
Aye.
This solicitor. I says, we don't own his own home.
Yeah.
And why don't solicitors tell us that there's a secret lien on the house before we buy it? And he says people misunderstand liens.
Yeah.
He says what it is with a lien is you only can put a lien on somebody if they owe you. So give me an example. So say if I was fixing somebody's car.
And you didn't fix it?
No. And I fixed it, but he didn't pay me.
You could take his video.
I could keep his car.
Yeah.
And then it was something that way. He explained it that way, but I've just been clicking on then. If I keep his car...
That's like a common law one.
Yeah. He says I put a lien on them to get that money. So if anybody's... He says... I never mentioned this, and he mentioned Cestic Quavy Act. He didn't say trust, he says Act.
Yeah.
He says it's saying with Act. He says what it is. He says it isn't... We all not dead. He says it only applies to them who's dead.
Yeah.
And they owe some money, and they put a lien on that to get that money on the estate.
Yeah. He knows what he's talking. If he's told you that, he knows what he's talking about.
Well, that's what he said to me. Good. And I'll send you some messages.
Yeah. But it's also like a trust.
Yeah.
That's the same way as a trust. You're working like a trust.
So if you go to court, then, and the judge doesn't honour his oath and he abuses his position,
you just arrest him.
Yeah, but
otherwise you're participating.
You can't put a lien on him, can you? Because he doesn't owe you nothing.
Well, he hasn't done anything apart from acted unofficially.
Yeah, but that's
criminal.
fraud.
That's criminal.